Let me go across to Dr. Subramanian Swamy now joining us live. A very good afternoon to you, Dr. Swamy. And this Hindu terror theory falls flat once again because the NI court has acquitted all the accused, saying that there is no evidence against them.
It's not a question of Hindu theory falling flat. There was never a Hindu theory. It was a concocted thing from day one. And the first indication of concoction is when Rahul Gandhi went to the US Embassy, according to WikiLeaks, and said that we have decided, Congress party has decided that Hindu terror is more dangerous than Lashkar-e-Toiba, and we are going to accordingly modify our future action. And that's what happened. Samjhauta Express, they did a somersault. After the United Nations had held Lashkar-e-Toiba as responsible and a terrorist organization. And then they started manufacturing things. And then Chidambaram started forging documents, which the then Home Secretary, Mr. Pillai, has himself stated on record. So all these things put together, it appears that Sonia Gandhi, Chidambaram and Rahul Gandhi had decided somehow to do a conspiracy against Hindus. So instead of Hindu terror, there was a conspiracy against Hindus. So I would suggest now the Prime Minister, and I would demand it, that as a Hindu I demanded that he should start prosecution of these people with tampering with evidence and trying to impose false cases and malicious prosecution, and sue them also at the same time, so that these people who have suffered so long, they can be given some compensation out of the loot that they have made.
Well, absolutely, sir. We also spoke to Mr. RVS Mani, the former Under Secretary MHA, and he has cornered his former bosses, saying that the original evidence was clearly brushed under the carpet because their intention was to only bring this down to Hindu Muslims. Their intention was never to book the culprits.
Yes. Yes, correct. That was there. That is what Rahul Gandhi told the Americans. He was trying to please the Christian lobby. He was trying to please the Dubai lobby, and these are people who are not working for the country. The Hindus are 80%, and because of the Hindus today we have democracy. Because of the Hindus we have secularism, and they wanted to convert this into some kind of indirect Christian rule with the support of the Muslim nations. I think this is a huge conspiracy which needs to be unraveled now.
Well, absolutely, and the former top Babu also claimed that the evidence was engineered as far as the Hindu terror angle is concerned. And so clearly even he claims and demands that a legal proceeding now needs to be started against those who in fact first floated this theory.
100%. Start with Mr. Chidambaram and Mr. Rahul Gandhi, and then finally make Ms. Sonia Gandhi as a co-conspirator.
Well, absolutely. And as far as Aseema Nand is concerned, the way Aseema Nand and others were picked up, because, before this also, there were several arrests, but clearly due to lack of evidences, the case did not proceed in that direction. And then all of a sudden, this new angle was injected. And the case changed so many hands, from the police to the CBI to the NI, none being able to answer the question of who actually is responsible for the blast then.
Correct. Because the idea was, it was predetermined that they have to find some Hindu connection, and therefore what needed to be found they did not look at. They were actually heading for somehow to entangle Mr. Mohan Bhagwat so that the RSS could be banned again. RSS has been banned so many times by Congress because they are afraid that once RSS goes unchecked, it is going to envelop the whole country in a new Hindu Renaissance movement.
So would you say, sir, the biggest development is not just that the accused have been acquitted, but the point that the kind of politics that was being played back then has also been exposed once again?
That's right. It is the kind of politics which is anti-national. It was aimed at putting the Hindus into disgrace and therefore facilitate conversion. It was a huge conspiracy against the country. And that is what it is, against our tradition, our culture, everything.
Well, absolutely. And not just a conspiracy against the country, but they're also guilty today, because even after 11 years, if you talk from the point of view of the victims' families, they don't have a closure. Appeasement politics kar rahe the unko apne paas lane ke liye maybe, but this appeasement politics have hurt them the most.
I agree, totally. You're right, and it's a very perceptive comment. And I think the Prime Minister should waste no time, even before boarding the aircraft or from the aircraft, should give instructions to the law officers, prepare a case of these people as for conspiracy against the nation.
All right. Dr. Swamy, I'll come back to you, sir. We have a breaking input. If I request you to stay with us, sir.